Hey guys, today is Tuesday, so I wanted to do Tag Tuesday. This may post on Wednesday, but I was tagged to do the middle grade book tag by Crypto and Una over at the Codex Cantina. It seems like 3 months ago. I'm finally trying to catch up on some tags, and I'm excited to do this one. I think middle grade books are a great way to get kids into reading, and it's a wonderful way to tell a more simplistic story that's not very in depth, but can also have great plot points and situations and things that will stick with you for the rest of your life. A lot of these books have stuck with me since I was a young boy. So really excited to share some of the things that were important to me as a boy and some of the things I've read that I'm trying to get my children to read as well. Still, as an adult, reading middle grade books and enjoying them. So it doesn't mean middle grade doesn't mean you can't read it as an adult, for sure. All right, so question number one is, what is the last middle grade book that you've read? The last middle grade book that I've read is The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket. It is a series of unfortunate events. There's a series on Netflix. This book actually sticks really, really close to the first season, and it's very enjoyable. It's basically a tragedy that they tell through different situations and stuff like that, and it's really, really good. I really enjoy it. It was I've been picking these hardback editions up at Goodwill. I think I have like 1, 3, 4, 7, 9, 12, and 13. So I've just got them on a list. When I run by Goodwill, if I find these really nice looking hardback editions, I pick them up. Last series I read was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is the Chronicles of Narnia. I've read all 7 books in the last couple months and really enjoyed it. I'd only read this one, when I was a kid. But as an adult, I've come back and I've reread it, and I'm trying to get my son to read it as well. He's not as excited as I thought he'd be, but he really did enjoy the movie. So we'll see how that works out. And I'm currently reading The Wizard of Oz with my son and daughter. We're reading a chapter a night, and we are about halfway done. It's a very different story than the movie. So if you've watched the movie and you're like, oh, well, I already know what's going to happen, don't think that, because this is very, very different. The same general theme as all the way through, but this one is really, really enjoyable so far. We're about, might be a little bit more than halfway right now. Question 2 is, what is a middle grade book that someone read to you as a child? And I'm pretty sure Mom read us the Black Cauldron books. I recently picked up 3 of them, found them at Goodwill. I believe, I can't remember exactly which one's first. You have the Castle of Lear, the High King, and the Black Cauldron. I know the Black Cauldron is not the first one, but it's the one everybody knows because they made a movie about it. And it's a good one. It's a great place to start, but I believe that it's not the first one. And I remember these as a kid. I remember loving them, and really just enjoying the story, the fantastical elements. It's a classic fantasy story, so it's not, there's a clear good, clear evil. Bad guy's bad for bad reasons, and good guy's good because he's good. But it's really enjoyable. I think kids would love it, and these covers were really, really cool. Just very classic artwork. Very beautiful. Giant cat in that one. Question 3 is, what is your favorite middle grade book as a child? And I had a couple that I read every book fair. I was picking these up, and it was Animorphs and Goosebumps. These 2, I've picked a few up for my kiddos, but these 2 were my go-to. Always read these as a kid. Loved them. Found them so enjoyable. I think there's 50 or 60 Animorph books, and probably the same amount in the Goosebumps books. But I mean, I read so many of them. I didn't finish either series, but I still love them and enjoy them. I'll see them at a Goodwill and I'll pick one up just because. Question 4 is, what is your favorite middle grade book as an adult? And these 2 books I read as an adult, almost dropped that. Fable Haven by Brandon Mull, and there's actually a better cover on this one. It's the witch sitting on a tree stump. It was more scary, I think, than this one. And also Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. This one is about when the father reads, the things that he reads comes out of the book into our world. And sometimes things from our world go into the book. And this was really good. It's a 3-part series. I've got all 3 here. Might even reread them and review them on the channel just to go over them because they were very, very enjoyable, very kid friendly. Um, Kind of the book nerd's dream, right? That what you read will come to life. These This was great. And to go over Fablehaven again, Fablehaven is about two kids who go to visit their grandparents, and unknown to them, their grandparents are the keepers of a magical kingdom called Fablehaven, where all the magical creatures go who need to be protected from the expanding human people. And there's a couple other places around the world, but Fablehaven is the big one, and their grandparents are the caretakers of it. Question 5 is, who's your favorite middle grade author? And I think just by a scope of the amount of his work that I've enjoyed, I would say Ronald Dahl. James and the Giant Peach was a favorite. Really enjoyed Matilda. The BFG is good. There's a couple others I haven't read that are really, really good. So I would say he's probably up there for sure. Also, I'd say C.S. Lewis. Like I said, I reread the Chronicles of Narnia and very, very much enjoyed it. I would say both of those authors are very good, and I enjoy them. Probably are two of my favorites. Question 6 is, what are some middle grade books that you think should be required reading in school? And middle grade book I read recently was the Tale of Despero. And I think the Tale of Despero tells such a classic story of the small person who doesn't believe they can do it. And through courage and love is able to do it. I think it'd be a wonderful book to teach in school. It'd be hard to politicize, so either way it wouldn't make a difference, but everybody would learn about love, what love can do, and how even the smallest creatures can do great things. And I loved it, and I think more people should know about this book. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, and it'd be great if kids learned it in school. So question 7 is, what is your favorite middle grade book cover? But they reprint these books so often that book covers change. Like I showed you Fablehaven a little bit ago. I don't like this cover. I'll show the cover of Fablehaven I really like. That cover's great. And then, the series of unfortunate events, they've got these hardback editions that are really, really good. They've got like the little tortured edges or whatever. These are great. So it's hard to pick. I mean, I just picked this one up for the library. Haven't read it yet. The Edge Chronicles. I mean, they got a really cool design on the cover. Kind of looks like a journal. This Wizard of Oz is just beautiful. It was really artistically done, and I like it a lot. And then like the classic styles, even the kind of silly Wayside Stories, schools falling down. Falling Down is the next one. But these were fun too. But when you just go plain artistic, this one is amazing. I haven't read it yet. I picked it up, The Search for Wandla. I picked it up because Monica over at Mooney Reads was talking about it and saying it's a great sci-fi middle grade book, and saw it at Goodwill the other day, and I said, man, she was talking it up, and I wanted to check it out. But the cover is gorgeous. Question 8 is, what is your favorite middle grade book to screen adaptation? And for me, there's no question about it. I watched this movie a million times, enjoyed the book as well. It is Miss Frisby and the Rats of Nim. I know there's some other stories attached to this one as well that I haven't really gotten to, and I'd love to get into it some more. But this movie, man, for me, I loved it. The animation style, the crow, Miss Frisby, the story with the rats, the just mystical, fantastical, modern rose bush where the rats lived. I mean, it just was so awesome. And every time I can find the movie, I watch it. I encourage other people to watch it, and the book is good as well. And so the next thing to do is to tag people that read middle grade and enjoy middle grade. I recently found Jordan from It's a Hardback Life, and he was doing the musical book tag, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure if he reads a lot of middle grade, but our taste in books are pretty much similar. Actually, he did read Artemis Fowl and really enjoyed it recently, which I've never read. So he may really enjoy this tag. And then Faye from Books and Chocoholic, I know she's a huge Darren Shan fan, which I've never read any of his books, but he's like middle grade horror, and she may really enjoy doing this tag. And then Chelsea Zhao, I think I'm saying her last name right. She has a young child, and I know she reads the middle grade as well, and I'd love to see her take on this tag. I am really excited for people to do this tag. I know it was kind of going through for a while, and I missed the boat a little bit, but I'd love to see some other people pick it back up and see what their thoughts on it are. So, love you guys. If you'd like to follow the Discord, a lot of people are talking in there. Got some great conversations. And also, I have a Twitter. Usually, I use it to link other people and videos and kind of share stuff. But not super active on it, but I try. I'm not a big social media guy, unfortunately. Um, and if you'd love to subscribe to the channel, that would help me out immensely. We're getting close to 400 subscribers, and it's been an amazing, amazing, amazing journey. And I love you guys so much. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.